Hello everyone and welcome back to this new video. And in this video I want to talk to you about how you can manifest your dream life. And I know this sounds like too good to be true, but sometimes we have to think about the things that are too good and true. And let me tell you, the first time I heard about manifestation I was very skeptical myself too. And it doesn't have to be something very vague. It's very spiritual, or a lot of people label manifestation as something very spiritual. But I know that there are a lot of businessmen who use manifestation or the steps you take with manifestation to be successful. So I want to dive into this topic with you so that you can learn a bit about manifestation. And then you will see that it doesn't have to be something very vague or unrealistic. I see manifestation as using the tools that are within your reach to specify what it is that you want to call into your life. Because if we make clear what it is that we want, we can then take actionable steps to make this our new reality. And if we want to make something clear in our mind, it's very important that we write this down. And that's where our journal comes in handy. Because if we are constantly thinking about the things that we want or how we want to achieve a certain thing, and it's all in our mind, we often don't foresee the plot holes in our plan. But if we write it down, we often do see those plot holes or the things that need a little bit more shaping, a bit more working. And that's where this video is for. In this video, I will help you with your manifestations by handing you different tools to create the clarity that you need in order to manifest. First of all, there are a few spiritual laws that I want to explain to you. And I hope this will make you see why manifestation is seen as something spiritual. But I hope that it will also open your mind to new possibilities and a new way of thinking. The first one is the law of attraction. I also think that this is the most popular one, the one you have probably heard about, if you have heard about spiritual laws at all. But this one is about you attract what you think. So if you are very positive, you will attract positive activities in your life. And if you're very negative with your thoughts, then you will probably attract negative events in your life. And I have an example for you. The example is, or the event that occurs is, you're on a holiday and you're planning to visit a certain place and you travel to this place, but once you're there you discover that you need to buy tickets for this place and you didn't buy any tickets. So you go to the office there and you're like, oh, I want to buy a ticket, but they say to you, no, we are sold out of tickets for today and for tomorrow. There are two ways you can react upon this, and this is what the law of attraction is about. You can either be very negative about it and be like, oh no, how could I have missed that? And you're instantly thinking about other events that were similar to this. And you're so occupied in your mind that you forget to think about a solution, and you go back to your hotel or place that you're staying and you're like, oh no, how could I be so stupid? And with the traveling time, you waste your day. You're going back to the hotel and you're just sitting there and you don't really have time for another activity, and you feel as if your day is wasted. And this will automatically reflect upon the rest of your holiday, because now you come one day short. But you can also try to react as positive as possible. Probably if something like that happened, you will think it sucks for a moment, and that's okay. But if you can change your mind to thinking, okay, well, it is what it is. I cannot change this at the moment, but I can change the way I'm thinking about it. And then you can look for a solution. Okay, so now I know that I don't want to let this happen again. So for the next activities I have to look whether or not they sell tickets and if we have to buy them or if they are already sold out, so it will not happen again. And then another thing you can do is like, okay, but what's here in the area? What can I visit today? And still have a very fun day. So those are two very different things that comes from your mind, will really translate itself into your physical world. And something I also wanted to mention if I talk about the law of attraction, is someone I read a book about lately and went to his theater show. It's Michael Pilarczyk. I don't know how I need to pronounce his last name, but he is a Dutch writer, a Dutch owner of a meditation app. He also visits the theaters, like I said, and in his book he describes problems as gifts. And I know that sounds silly, but I really like this point of view, because he said that as soon as you see a problem as a challenge, it becomes way more fun. If you see it as a challenge, you can search for a solution. And if you find the solution, then you have grown as a person. So you can actually see it as a little game, where if you complete your task, complete your challenge, you will level up. It's really about the way we approach things with our mind. Then we have the law of vibration. And I know this one sounds a bit vague, and I first thought so too, but there are actually a lot of things that can relate to this, and I have some examples for you to make this more understandable. So the law of vibration is about, well, it states that everything in the universe vibrates on its own frequency, and things with a similar frequency will attract each other or are drawn to each other. I have like an example. It's about the radio, and I think you will know where this is going, but the radio works with frequencies, and every radio station has its own frequency. And if you're on frequency 99.9, but you want the radio station that's on the frequency 78.7, for example, you have to change your frequency. Otherwise, you will not attract that certain radio station. And that's how this law states that it will work with things in the universe. And if we make this more understandable of how this will work on a human level, we have to look at how you present yourself, for example. Imagine you have this wonderful idea that you are so excited about, and you want to make this happen, and you want to manifest this, but you don't have enough budget. You want to start a business, but you have to get a starter budget. And you need someone that wants to invest in your plan. Then you have to sell yourself or your plan to someone that's very successful and has this budget that will help you. And if you are on a frequency where you're very doubting yourself and are not sure if you will make it, and you go in to talk to this person, you're like, yeah, I have this plan and I really hope it will work, but I'm kind of scared it will not work, then this person is less likely to give you their budget if you come in and you're like, I have a plan and I know this will be a new hit. I am convinced that this will change the lives of many people, and you say it like that, and they are so much more eager to lend you their budget and help you on your project. And that's how the law of vibration works. And the last law I want to discuss with you, there are many more, but the last law I want to discuss with you is the law of action. It states that you must do the things and perform the action necessary to achieve what you are setting out to do. Sorry, I'm still working with my script. I'm still trying to find the best way to work with the script. But I think this law is pretty obvious about what it's about. You can dream as long as you want, as much as you want, but if you do not take action, it will probably not manifest. It will not be handed to you on a silver platter. You have to take the actionable steps. You have to make the work in order to get what it is that you want. And I think that these three laws are very important, and I think they also weave their way through the steps that I will hand to you that are handy to make more clear visions about what it is that you want to manifest, how you want to manifest it, and how you want to change your mind, your point of view, to attract those things in your life. A thing I have said a million times already is make it clear in your mind, because then you will start to see the plot holes, the things that need a little bit more shaping. So the first exercise is to write down in your journal a very, very, very clear vision about what it is that you want. It can be a goal, it can be a vision. And it's very important that your goal, your vision, has a measurable factor in them, because that makes you able, as soon as you get there, to see if you have reached your goal or not. And I have some examples. They all come with a deadline, or most of them come with a deadline, in case that's important for your goal, that are measurable, that are clear, that are specific. So a proper formulated goal can be, I want to read 30 minutes a day from now on. Very clear. Instead of, I want to read more. You can have, I want to lose 5 pounds within 2 months. Or you can have, I want to lose weight. Hear the difference? You can have, I want to be able to run a marathon within 5 months, or I want to run more. It really makes a difference. And these are just sentences, but you can also write a whole page about your vision. With who you experience a certain thing. At which time, what is the weather. You can make it as specific as possible to really make it a vision that makes you excited, that is exactly what it is that you want to achieve, that you want to attract into your life, because this makes it so much easier to work towards to. And the things I said now were really goals, but we can also have visions, and I have also some examples for the visions, in case that's what you're after. Example 1, I want to find a partner who is kind, whose love language is spending quality time, someone that is taller than me, and that is interested in sports, instead of I want to find a partner, or I want to work at a job where I have a lot of creative freedom with flexible hours and a work ethic that values the well-being of their employees, instead of I want to find my dream job. So the task is, make your vision measurable and clear, because if you have demands, it's much easier to know what steps you need to take, what it is that you need to look for. Another thing is, make it visual. Now that you know that what it is that you want in a very specific, clear way, we can make a vision board. And making a vision board is one of my favorite things. It makes it tangible, it makes it physical. Start printing those pictures that you find on Pinterest, or you can also work online. Be very specific with the pictures that you choose. Don't settle for less, because if you're going to settle for less in your vision board, then you're already starting to train your mind in settling for less. And you don't want to settle for less in the actual physical manifestation. So if you're looking for a partner with dark hair, don't put pictures in your vision board from a guy with blonde hair or light hair, because that's not what you want to attract or what you're seeking for. So don't do that. Be specific with what it is that you put into your vision board. Be mindful about the pictures that you choose, and be sure that it's something that you really want to attract into your life. And something that I think is very helpful with your vision board is making sure that you can see it on a regular basis, that it makes you excited, that it makes you motivated, and that every time you look at it, you're like, yes, that is what I want. That is what I want to manifest. So if you make it physical, maybe hang it somewhere in your room, make a picture of it on your phone so that you can maybe use it as a lock screen, or just go to it every time you want to look at it, maybe if you're traveling or just have a little bit of spare time, or instead of going on social media, or make it on a canvas that it really will be used as something to hang on your wall. Keep it in a place that you see it as often as possible, so that you really get that vision in your mind. So if we learn something from the law of attraction, from the law of vibration, is that the way we think can be so important in whether or not we will succeed in calling our manifestations to reality. So writing down affirmations is something that will work wonders. And the task that I will give you is to write down affirmations that are fitting to your goal, that are fitting to your vision, into your journal. I think we all have experienced that if someone talks bad about us, over and over again, we start to believe them. It also works the other way around, and that's where affirmations are for. If we start to talk to ourselves as positive as possible every single day, multiple times a day, we will start to believe this. We will start to believe that we are worthy, and that's what we want to achieve. And an affirmation is most of the time an I am statement, or I can, or most of the time it starts with I. And here are some examples. You can say, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am deserving of love. But there are so many more affirmations. There are long affirmations, there are short affirmations, and if you go on the internet, if you go on Pinterest, there are a lot of them. If you go on YouTube, there are a lot of there are a lot of meditations with affirmations. But seek affirmations that are fitting with your vision and write them down. Write down at least 5 affirmations. You can also create your own ones if you think that is more fitting, but create something, a set of affirmations that will help you achieve your manifestation. And if you have written those down in your journal, now the fun part will start, because if they're just sitting there in our journal, nothing will really happen. The power of an affirmation is to repeat it as often as possible. So wake up in the morning, say these affirmations 5 times. And before you go to bed, again, 5 times, say those affirmations. And you will see within a month that you will start to believe this. You will see a change in your belief system. You will feel worthy of love. You will feel as if you actually can create successes in your world. You feel beautiful. You feel confident. You will, whatever you write down, you will feel the change in your belief system. The third thing that we will do, write down in a journal, is research. Research is so important because it helps us prevent overseeing things that can be important. It will help us create more clarity. It will help us find examples to follow. It will help us be prepared. So, for example, if it's about running a marathon, watch videos about other people preparing for a marathon. Visit the website of the marathon that you want to visit. Are there certain things you need to know before you start running this marathon? Or if it's about seeking a partner, go on the internet and find events that you can attend that are a place where you are possibly able to find a partner, or do some research on dating sites, dating apps. If it is your dream job, go on LinkedIn, talk to people that have a job that you really want, or learn about how you can best present yourself in a job interview. Learn about the company that you want a job interview for, so that you know how you can present yourself in a way that's fitting for that company but also fitting for yourself. Just do a deep dive into the knowledge that is out there. There is so much to find on the internet or in books. There is just so much knowledge out there. I don't think we need to take that for granted, because we can use it so much. And it can really let us grow as a person. It really shapes our mind, makes us able to develop ourselves. So do the research, and you will be thankful about the research you did eventually, I'm sure. The next task is writing down a step-by-step plan in your journal. Now you have a clear vision, you have a vision board, you have written it down, you have the mindset that is needed, you have the research done. So we're almost there. The only thing we need to do now is making a step-by-step plan, so that you can take those actionable steps to really achieve what it is that you want to achieve. You can do this in many different ways. You can choose to work from the point you are right now to your vision, or you can work from your vision back to the point where you are right now. But write this down, and don't make the steps too big, because those small victories can help us really be excited, be motivated, because every time we can check off a box, or every time we have this small victory that we can celebrate, if our mind gets the signal that we are able to achieve this, that is what we want. We want to achieve it. So if we can trigger our mind in thinking, I can do this, I'm on my way, I'm doing great. That's what we want. So don't make the steps too big and be realistic. Don't push yourself to unrealistic limits because you don't want to exhaust yourself in reaching your goal, reaching your vision. And last but not least, take the action and focus. Because we can plan as long as we want. We can say our affirmations 1,000 times and still think we're not ready. Sometimes the trick is just to move before you're ready. Are we ever truly ready? If you take action, you will start learning, you will enroll in this process, you will learn during your experiences, during your journey, and those lessons you can implement in your future steps. You can reshape your step-by-step plan in case that's something you need to do, because there will always be bumps in the road, but don't let those bumps hold you back. If we see them as a little gift and we overcome those obstacles, we will develop ourselves as a person. The thing is, if we constantly stay in our comfort zone waiting until we're ready, which will probably never come because we like it so much in our comfort zone, we will not grow as a person. Growth comes from stepping out of this comfort zone, doing something new, doing something that's exciting but also a little bit scary. And you will grow from this as a person and you will expand your comfort zone, and I think that's something beautiful. The universe will reward you one way or another. Just go with the flow. Take those actionable steps. Keep your mind focused. Don't let some negative comments hold you back. Don't let you can make it happen. You can do this. And I am sure you will do great. That's everything I had in store for you today. I hope you found those steps useful. I wanted to take as much approachable way of manifesting in my video, so that it's also interesting for someone that doesn't really have as much affinity with spirituality. And I hope your goals may manifest, your visions may manifest. And I also hope I see you in my next video. Bye!